After playing to a packed house in the north, Love Is Ah Wuk heads to Port of Spain, or rather to SAPA in San Fernando tomorrow and Saturday, May 18th. The production will then make its way to Central Bank next weekend and show back to Tobago on June 8th at 8:30 p.m. This morning, we are joined by some of the cast and, of course, the producer and even the director. So we say good morning and welcome to Mr. Richard Ragoobarsingh himself, the producer and one of the actors in Love Is Ah Wuk. Ms. Ainka, actress on Love Is Ah Wuk, and Miss Debra Boucaud-Mason, the director, who has the best dance moves this morning. Good morning. All right, the energy is amazing. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me and making me realize that clearly I'm the only one on set that doesn't have the acting skills. I'll get into that soon.
You have to fix that,
I mean, clearly.
Other people on your set who have acting skills?
Apparently.
Really? What there? Really?
Well, you know, you guys are the best people
like
to ask. Yeah. Because one, Love Is Ah Wuk is comedy and bacchanal. So naturally, you'll have Ruckus and Natasha. That makes sense.
We can leave them out.
But Richard, let's jump into the conversation with what exactly inspired Love Is Ah Wuk. Because this started, or has been running since as early as March of this year, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've been telling the story for a while. What is the essence of
You know,
Love Is Ah Wuk?
well, it's written by Ricardo Samuel, who's also a co-producer on the play. And what he pitted was three different types of couples in a situation where they can't leave. They're all in the same house. In Tobago, so they're in Tobago for a week vacation, and these three different couples end up there, and you see the different types of relationships and the interconnection of the couples, and I think what's wonderful about this play is that couples of all types that come to the play see a little bit of themselves in one or two of the couples and say, oh God, that happened to me, that happened to me. I understand that. So it resonates. I think that's why we're getting these sold out houses, because it's resonating with people. And it's so funny.
Well, I mean, when you're telling the story of love, you're telling the story with a little drama and spice, people are going to come back for more.
Yeah.
But in terms of working with the cast, Deborah, tell me a little bit as your role as director. You get to reprimand, you get to, guide. You really do bring out the essence of the characters.
Sweetest.
The laughter on this side is loud.
Anyway,
but you work with
it's amazing. This is an amazing cast. I have to admit that Richard and Ricardo chose the perfect cast for this piece of work. And everybody is so on point in terms of their character development and who they represent.
Right.
It was amazing working with them. I'm still working with them because they get notes every night after every performance. So the work never stops. It never stops. And I have to admit that everybody is so willing to improve. Everybody is so willing to always go the extra mile. Everybody is so willing to do what has to be done in order that we get that perfect production, because our production values are very high, and we don't tend to drop those levels at all. So the cast is a nice bond of friendly, fun, passionate people who are willing to do the work and enjoy themselves while doing the work and giving the audience the best that they could ever hope for when they sit in that audience.
Kid them thing. Finally reached. And that's it. Go and get your tickets, because what more you want to say? But Zareen, you can give us some insight being on set and interacting with those fantastic persons that Deborah just described. Because when we talk love, when we talk relationships, there are many facets that we can explore. So tell us, first off, a little bit about your character and then the interaction with the others. So how do you describe your lady?
So I play a character called Jacqueline, who has, she's a very complex individual, a lot of personality. She's very set in her ways. She has a very dynamic relationship with her husband. And they're also going through quite a few relationship challenges. So they enter the space with that. And of course, you see them go on a journey with all the intricacies that go on with the interactions amongst themselves, and also with the other characters. I will just leave that there.
Yeah, boy, I'm here trying to like, I hope it ends well for them. Do they stay together?
You have to come and see.
I mean, this morning we were talking about putting in the work and whether or not when you work, if it feels like a labor of love, if you will. And I imagine that from your description, it absolutely is for each and every one of you.
It is, and it really is a blessing working with such talented people, an amazing directors, producer.
Yes,
Richard is also exactly a director. And the script itself is fantastic, and we would have done a lot of work within the script and then developing our individual characters. And as Debra said, the work is never done. And Richard always says that an actor's work is never done. So we would have done it a couple of weeks ago, and now we're going to SAPA tomorrow and Saturday. We have to take it up another level. We have to bring something to the characters again in terms of our exploration, because it never stops, and really sort of delve in even further as we go on that journey throughout the performance and take the audience along.
Put in the work. That's
why love is a walk.
I mean, now Richard, you're wearing so many hats, literally on set, behind the scenes, in the production chair. What would you say to somebody who is looking on and thinking of trying to dabble? Maybe not all the hats, but at least one of them. How do you balance it?
I mean, you have to love what you do.
Yeah.
You have to love it. Starts there. It starts there. You have to love what you do. And one of the things about doing a play like this, it's that you're excited about going tomorrow to SAPA and Saturday. You're actually excited about it. It's not work in the sense of, okay, God, I have to go and do a play. No, it's not that at all. It's a passion that you have to have. And I think once you have that passion, you have the passion and discipline.
Of course. Yes.
Those two things have to really interconnect in terms of whatever your vision is in pursuing whatever it is that you want to show the world from a creative point of view. And once you have passion and discipline, I mean, the world is yours. But you have to have those two things.
And apparently very short pants for rockers, but we'll get to that at a later.
Oh, wow. You have not seen short yet.
Well, at least from the images that our viewers are seeing this morning on screen at the moment, those pants are real short. But we'll see more of that happening.
Tobago for the weekend.
Because they're exactly in Tobago for the weekend. And because the themes are a little bit, as we say, bacchanal, in terms of age groups, is this a family-friendly viewing?
No, I would say later teens and above.
All right.
Yeah, later teens and above.
So we're making this alignment, we're heading out. In terms of getting those tickets, where can we do that?
Well, for SAPA, you can get tickets at K Squared Fashions at Gulf City, C3 Center, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, as well as Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout. And of course at the SAPA box office, which opens 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. You can get tickets there. I know people are going there in droves, so I've heard, since the box office opened on Monday. So, because the play has such excellent word of mouth, because anytime you see comments on social media where people say, I've seen it twice.
Wow.
Or I'm coming to see it again. You know that it's resonating.
Well,
it's
I mean,
resonating.
A 5-star rating, sold out houses, it makes complete sense. But I have to ask if you want to tell us about the next project that we could put onto our calendar, if any.
Well, our next project, we always focus on what we're doing now, the team, the whole production team, and of course we have an excellent production team that's working behind the scenes, both backstage and production-wise. So I must mention Lisa Bain, who is our production manager, and so she works behind the scenes, and you also have all of the people behind the scenes working, like Carlos and
Lanisha Walter,
so
Sean Edwards,
who's our costumier. So you have it's a big team effort. So once we're in a production, we focus on that, and once we break and we know, okay, this is the last show, and that's when we start focusing. Okay, when are we starting next? When is our next date? What are we going to do next in terms of whatever project?
Though that it's being so well received, that last show might not be the last show.
No.
What about an encore performance?
Yeah, but we're doing SAPA, and then we're coming back to Central Bank Auditorium on the 25th and 26th of May, and then Tobago, where it's set on June 8th.
It's only fitting. It's only fitting.
You thought the reshuffle was bacchanal? Love is a walk is bacchanal.
On that note, guys, I'm going to wrap things up because I am absolutely thrilled, not just to be able to experience the good work that you're putting out, but also to see Bacchanal Susie 1 and 2 in full flight, and by that I mean
We have
Ruckus and Tash.
team members here.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Fantastic.
Love is a walk, take over TTT.
It is, and we don't mind at all. If you guys want to make sure that you are seeing Tash and Ruckus in a different light, head on down. We're making it alive. We're heading to SAPA, and then even if you're in Tobago, make sure you get your chance to see Love Is a Walk coming to a stage near you pretty soon. Guys, our morning show continues with more excitement. Stick around. We'll be back after these messages.
Love can make you feel so good as you're together as one, until you realize one day love is a walk. So love can be great, love can be fun. Idolizing paintings and songs, solid as a rock. Love can make you feel so good as you're together as one, until you realize one day love